Starbucks billionaire Howard Schultz, who is planning a run for 2020 potentially as an independent, was asked whether he thinks billionaires have too much power in politics. Watch.
The author of Winner Takes All sent in a question and said, do you agree that billionaires have too much power in American public life? And it gets at the issue that AOC has been talking about. It gets at the issue that Elizabeth Warren's been talking about. It gets at...
Yeah, you know, the moniker billionaire now has become the catchphrase. I would rephrase that, and I would say that people of means have been able to leverage their wealth and their interest in ways that are unfair. And I think that speaks to the inequality. But it also directly speaks to the special interests that are paid for by people of wealth and corporations who are looking for influence. And they have such unbelievable influence on the politicians who are steeped in the ideology of both parties. And once again, I go back to this. If I should run for president, I am not in bed with any party. I am not in bed with any special interest. All I'm trying to do is one thing: walk in the shoes of the American people.
All right. There is you know what? I used to think that I wanted Howard Schultz to get out immediately. I wanted him to not do any of this. But I kind of want him to continue to be in the spotlight until it actually gets time to run. And I don't want him to run and potentially take votes away from Democrats. But having him in the spotlight right now is just too entertaining. It's too easy of a target. So Howard Schultz here, first of all, let me address the first part where he says that billionaires is becoming a catch-all phrase and we should be using people of means. So I don't know if he's offended when people call him a billionaire, but I guess he's trying to change the language around it to make it sound a little nicer. Oh, people of means. Yes. Let's ensure that people of means pay higher taxes. It's not going to catch. I'm sorry, Howard. We're going to keep calling you a billionaire. That's just how it is. So, but once you get past that, he talks about how, yes, money in politics is an issue, how you have these corporations and you know, they have this influence, but look, I don't have any of that. I'm a billionaire. So I'm going to simply run for the American people. You do have an interest group. Your interest group is other wealthy people. So this idea that you don't represent any special interests, you represent the wealthy. We know that because of the policies or lack thereof that you've laid out. All you've really said so far is, no, people should not have Medicare for all, because I, for some reason, think that's crazy, because he doesn't want to pay higher taxes. And also, in addition to not wanting to pay higher taxes for healthcare, he also doesn't want to pay higher taxes in general. So he came up, look, Howard Schultz is a guy that came from nothing and became a billionaire. But he did that during a time when tax rates were much higher. The top marginal tax rate in the 50s and 60s and 70s was between 70 and 90%, much higher than it currently is. And that was in the 50s, it was 90% over any wealth made over, in today's numbers, any wealth made over $1.7 million. 90% on any wealth made over $1.7 million. And that's today's figures. Back then, I think it's about 250,000 was the number at the time. But in today's numbers, $1.7 million. Anything over that, taxed at 90%. That was a time when Howard Schultz was growing up. That was the experience that he had. And he attributes that to what people are currently going through, which is not at all what people are going through. It is much, much, much worse. And it's because the tax rates have come down so much. All the wealth has gone to the top over the past 30 years. We have seen this in study after study. All the data shows this. So for Howard Schultz to come out here and pretend, much like Donald Trump did, that, oh, because I'm a billionaire, I don't answer to special interests, when we know who you answer to. You answer to your own best interests, which happen to be very, very wealthy people. You have no idea what life is currently like for most people living in the country. And we know that through the policies and the shit that you have been saying. If you did care about what people actually thought about the country or in the country, then you would look at a poll and understand that, wait, even the majority of Republicans support Medicare for all. Hey, maybe I should support that. Hey, even a majority of Republicans support raising taxes on the wealthiest and large corporations. Maybe I should support that. Hey, all Americans, like 95% of Americans, think that private money has too much influence in politics, and I should do something to address that. He hasn't really, apart from, this offhand remark here, he hasn't addressed how he would actually address these issues through policy. So he has no platform, he has no plan, but he pretends to be for the people. It's insane. But again, I hope he keeps doing this because I am truly enjoying this ride.